Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and you are welcome to another exciting new episode of the biggest podcast in the city of Port Harcourt, right here in River State, Nigeria. And as we do here, I'm going to go straight into introducing you all to our headline and associate sponsors. But before I do that, I'd like to say thank you to every single one of you who wait for us to upload an exciting new episode every Wednesday by 5 p.m. West African time. And without further ado, I'm going to go into introducing you to our headline sponsors, who at the top of the list is Belema Oil Producing Limited. You know, there's a lot of oil companies who come onto our Niger Delta territory and take our oil for free without even paying attention to their corporate social responsibility. But on this show, Belema Oil Producing Limited is one of our favorite sponsors because not only do they support us, they also pay attention to the Niger Delta youths and, you know, their host communities. And right next on that list is MLJ Marine Oil and Gas. They're also an oil producing company, and they also, you know, support us and pay attention to the Niger Delta youths and empower them and so on. And right onto our associate sponsors, we have at the top of the list as Turkey Pasta. You know, I like to say that, you know, in university, we should take at least a day out of the week to order from Turkey Pasta because they have a wide variety of options, and you can contact them by the number displayed on the screen. And next on that list, we have Classic Cream Bread. For all our breakfast lovers, you can walk into any local store and purchase this tasty and nutritious bread. And moving right onto the topic for today, healthy living in local communities. And with me, I have...
Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Up on this show, let me do the introduction of our co-host, right? I would say Zara is taking a break for today's introduction on the co-host. I don't know if Mantos got her upset today, but on this show, as you know how you know how we do it now, we have Mantos as the co-host. Mantos, give a shout out.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, what?
Everybody.
All right. Up next, we have Zara, you know, Zara, the one introducing, the one giving us all the headline sponsors and all the associate sponsors, and so on and so forth. Also, let me use this special moment to introduce myself. Pokima in the house. Pokima in the house. Okay, all right. So, Zara, yeah, what's the topic for?
Our topic today is healthy living in local communities. And the guest we have talking about this is, you know, a scientist, and his name is Dr. Sobomabo Lawson. Can you introduce yourself, sir?
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Sobomabo Lawson. I am a molecular microbiologist by training, and I've been into research and development and in the in vitro diagnostic world. Right now, I live in the United States permanently, but I love my home and come here to do what I can along with my team members in our community to help our community in whichever way we can.
What's the name of your team?
Thank you for having me here.
What's the name of the team?
The team is Ama Ibima Foundation.
Okay.
Ama Ibima, as the name implies, the goal is to improve our community. Hence, we call it Ama Ibima Foundation.
Okay, that's very rich.
Thank you.
So we heard about your outreach that you'll be hosting very soon. You'll be having very soon. So what exactly are the activities, or what do you have planned out for, you know, the week of your...
Well, I want to thank Calabari TV and the host here, for giving us this opportunity to come and talk about what we plan to do. This year, we plan to do vision focused, that means just eyes only focused medical outreach, whereby we'll do free eye examination. We'll give free glasses, corrective lenses, reading glasses, and sunglasses. We'll also be doing cataract surgeries and pterygium surgeries. Those are the things that affect the eyes. To help people, we have glaucoma drugs that we give to patients to help their blood pressure. And for those and another some eye drops that we have available to give to people. But we have lots of classes to give to a lot of people, and also, like I said, a cataract surgery. We are hoping to perform about 125 cataract surgeries, and that will be a big help in the community. As we know, cataract surgery is expensive, and not many people can afford it. So to be able to come to our community and perform 125 cataract surgeries is a big deal. My oil did support us in 2018, but we've not gotten any support from them since then. But yeah, Belema Oil did support us in 2018. And whatever they did was, okay, we tell them these are the things that we need to do. You take something and you pay for it, you know. You don't no penny exchange hand. They just, okay, this is our responsibility, we take care of it, and they settled it. That's where we did that. And then New Cross Oil in 2019 supported us. They gave us 1 million naira towards this thing. Then IDSL and NPC did support us in 2019 also. And that was about 4.5 million. So those are the only corporate entities in Nigeria that, actually, Green Energy last year supported. Green Energy, I have a cousin who worked there and talked to the boss. So Green Energy supported last year. So we've had Belema Oil in 18, New Cross in 19, IDSL in 19, and Green Energy last year. So those are the only people who've given some money towards Nigerian entities. Like I said, the rest of the donations usually come from American people, donating whatever they can, from at least last $10 to, like I mentioned to you, $5,000 coming from people that we usually know.
You've done these outreaches over the years.
Yes.
So when was the first outreach you held?
The first outreach that I was involved in was in 2017, and it was held in Rumo Creek, Port Harcourt. That's one of the suburbs. Actually, that's Wike's hometown.
That's the former governor of River State.
The former governor of River State. His hometown. It was held there. And that was because at that time, I was the president of Calabar National Association, KNA, the USA. We collaborated with the River State Foundation under the leadership of Swan Wikina and the Ekaya USA under the leadership of Attorney Bright. We formed a committee that was headed by Dr. Bill Sokari to conduct medical outreach in our state, and it was held in Rumu that year. But even that year, a group of us from Buguma organized a one-day outreach in Buguma. That time, the caretaker local government chairman, Richard Wright Womet, did what he could to support us in terms of making sure that the facility was available. We have power, we have light, to do what we need to do for 1 year. And we've done it other occasions since then. 2018, we did it in Degema. 2018, in partnership with the Obi Lulu Briggs Foundation. The same thing in 2019 in partnership with the Obi Lulu Briggs Foundation, but this time in Bakana. We did it in Bakana. 2020, we did not do anything because of the COVID. Then in 2021, KNA on its own, under the leadership of the Calabar Medical Mission Committee, we held one in Buguma. And 2022, we did not do any outreach. In 2023, we did another medical outreach. But this time, not under the sponsorship or the direction of KNA, but by just a group of us from Calabar. Most of us Buguma.
Okay, that's the MIB.
At that time, we still called ourselves Calabar Medical Mission Committee.
Okay.
It was, at that point, the MIBMA Foundation was co-founded by myself and my wife, Dr. Laura Lawson, husband and wife. And because we had the passion to come and help our people in our community, we know they need so much, and not the government or other people are doing enough to help them. So we figure that we need to have a vehicle, a means by which we can help our people. So MIBMA Foundation was born from that. Okay. And so now we're using Abima Foundation as the body that is organizing the medical outreach.
Basically, with what you've explained, I noticed that these foundations, their key interests are local communities, because naturally health sector in Nigeria is something I come to talk of reaching out and then getting these health sectors fixed inside the local community, inside our local communities, because I'm one of them. However, I'd want to ask, what does it take to live healthy? What does it take to live healthy?
Well, we have personal choices to make to live healthy. Live healthy requires many things. One of them, you have to eat well. Just water alone. You need to drink enough water in a day to have a healthy body. And we have to have clean environment to have a healthy body. You need to sleep well. Sleep is a critical factor in our health. Most of us ignore it, but we pay a price for it. Sleep is a critical factor in living a healthy life. So you need to combine all of those things and other things that I've not mentioned to live a healthy life, obviously. But even doing all those things still go bad in your body that you have to take care of. That's when you seek a medical professional, okay? And you have to go to the clinic or you have to go to the hospital, you have to see somebody, try to find out what is going on in your body before they treat you. And that brings in the case of diagnostics. Diagnostics is very important because if you don't know exactly what is wrong, you cannot treat it well. Yes. Okay. So one of the things I think I've encountered in Nigeria is that some people don't take diagnosis as seriously as they should. Because first and foremost, you need to know what is wrong with you. Okay? When you don't know what is wrong with you, it's hard to treat it properly. So diagnosis is also an important part of
because let me just come in now. You've been into this health stuff for over years, especially local communities, 2018 days, 2019, and all of that. What's the most critical condition you have encountered?
The most critical condition, of course, one of the most prevalent things we've seen is high blood pressure. Okay, hypertension,
especially for the elderly ones. Yeah,
especially even for young ones. It can be high blood pressure can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to a stroke. It can lead to other health conditions that can sometimes be very bad for you. You want to keep your blood pressure down because when you don't keep your blood pressure down, it affects your organs, different parts of your organs. So having a proper blood pressure is important. So it's one of the things we come across frequently.
Okay, all right.
So I want to ask, during these outreaches, what is your aim?
What is our aim?
Yes.
Well, one of our aims is to educate the people about, we just talked about earlier on, what are the things they need to do to live a healthy life. And I know in the past we've had people who've come to make presentation. We always think that what we need to live healthy is far off. Okay, I know one of our members has described to people how just using the water from, say, ugu, when you wash ugu, we get the water from that and mix it with milk. Ugu carries the vegetable that you eat, has a lot of vitamins and other nutrients that can help people. Okay, that can help people.
First time water or second time? Because first time we believe that it has a lot of germs and
actually that's when if you're just washing the surface to get rid of the germs before you actually get the juices out from the vegetable itself. There's a difference. Not the washing of the surface to get rid of any germs. Obviously that's important. You need to get rid of germs. You need to clean the surface before you actually wash. Of course, all leaves have some water in them, and the water that comes out from the leaf itself will contain the nutrients that that particular vegetable carries. So it's that liquid that actually comes out from the leaf that is nutritious. That people, again, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that some of my team members who are more greater experts in it have told, especially pregnant women, how that can help them. Okay, so there are sometimes some simple things that we can do, within our reach to help, live a better life,
Yeah, exactly.
okay, a healthier life.
So you told us this outreach for this year is how long?
The outreach for this year is actually 10 days, 2 weeks.
Okay.
It starts on the 2nd of December and ends on the 13th of December.
Where is
In
it?
Buguma, at the council ground.
Okay.
Okay, and this year the mission will be focused on eye health. Okay, so we examine people and give them corrective glasses. That if that is what is required, there are reading glasses. There are even sunglasses, and those who have cataract, we can also perform cataract surgeries. Actually, we are hoping that we can perform up to 125 cataract surgeries.
So without having all of these services free, like for the local
Yes,
community, how much does it cost, for one person?
Wow.
Yeah, do you understand how much does it cost? And if people are reaching out to over 1,000, how much does it cost?
Good question. I don't know the local cost of it.
Approximately.
I know it costs. I don't think it's less than 100,000
Wow.
naira for a
Per
cataract per person. Yeah, for a cataract surgery. I don't think it's less than that. But please let me. I will verify that and let you know.
Yeah,
But it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
To do this thing, and we know that the benefit we bring is immense. It's not just those surgeries alone. The cost of some of the drugs we give to people. Okay, if you look at the true cost of it, is quite significant. In terms of
people are
also,
giving that for free.
yes,
you
we're giving all those things for free. We don't charge.
How about
anyone
registration fee?
nothing.
Wow.
No one.
Really?
If someone asks you for a penny, they're not with us and they're doing something wrong. We do not charge anyone for anything, and we take people first come first serve. Okay, we don't ask
2
you where
weeks-
you're
2
from.
weeks is a
Although
lot.
this is being held in Buguma, we don't ask you where you're from, what you believe in, what political party you belong to. Nothing.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. Because
Yes.
in Rivers, this politics is something else that
There's no
you know,
politics
yeah.
involved. There's no religion involved. There's no ethnicity involved. It's strictly based on first come first serve basis. There are times people from, far away have come to receive services here, as far as Akwa Ibom. Okay, as far as other neighboring cross River State have come to. If you're the first person in line, we provide a service for you. We don't ask you, anything. It's a first come first serve basis. We believe that because it's closer to those people in Buguma, more of them will be able to benefit. Other than that, we don't ask people
But, sir,
where they are from.
but, sir, do you go about these outreaches with your personal funding, or do you have since you
We have some personal funding in there because we make contributions. Our personal funding comes in 2 ways. Number one, we pay our ways, a flight from United States to here. All the volunteers are coming from America. We take care of our flight tickets. The people don't pay for us. I paid my flight ticket back and forth and go back. We've had people like for 2 years. There's a Japanese lady that came with us. She has nothing to do with Nigeria, but because she works with my wife and she paid her way and to come and work. And she worked very hard. Even last year, there's another guy, a medical doctor. He's originally from Afghanistan, but living in America. He came with us, provided his services, paid his way, provided his services. So the funding comes from even those people. They make personal contribution towards this as well. Okay, so most of this funding comes from individual contribution from amongst us and our colleagues and our friends and people, acquaintances that we know.
So if more maybe people want to support, because this is something what supporting, especially which the fact that it is the beneficiaries are going to our host communities. So how do people tend to support more?
We do have a foundation bank account that if people want to, that they can, at some point, I'll give you that information, that they can make contribution. Actually, we have a website, our US, so we have the foundation, we have one registered in US and one registered in Nigeria. We have a website for the US one, not for the Nigerian one. But the US side, if you go there, you can make donation through PayPal. Okay? PayPal. And we also have a GoFundMe account too. That people can also go there and make donation on people, like the people who don't know, read what we say we're doing and found it worthy enough to make contributions. So that is how we get our funding. Okay, primarily.
So I'm curious, this whole expedition, it seems like it definitely has some issues. Like there are some challenges you face during
What
this.
challenges you face?
What challenges are there?
Well, obviously, some of the challenges we've encountered is to make sure that we have the facility that we need to use locally. Okay, locally, and sometimes it's not always easy to find an ideal place. I know 2 years ago when we went to use the Bogoma General Hospital, which had not been functioning at that time, we did a lot to try to see if we could do that, but that was not possible. Okay, so we have to do it at a different place. All right, and that is one of the things that we have been worried about is again the issue of security. Because sometimes we come with foreigners, non-Nigerians, non-Nigerians, and coming to do this thing is worrisome.
Yes.
For instance, when we did it in Bacana in 2019, we went well for the week we were there. We left on a Saturday. By Monday, they were fighting each other and killing one another. Okay, so it was. I know there are friends who discouraged me from going to Bacana. In fact, on that occasion, I was not just by myself, but my wife was there. My 2 daughters came from volunteering. So we almost had the whole family there. And it was a concern for me, the safety. There are natives who came with us who did not sleep in the community. They always went back to Port Harcourt, and come back the following day. But we stayed there. So safety in sometimes, have been, but it has not been the past. Last year was not an issue for us. Okay, this year we're hoping that it will not be an issue. But security sometimes can be a challenge. Okay.
So this year's outreach is by the Amai Bima.
Amai Bima Foundation.
How is it different from the other organizations you've been associated with?
Well, the Amai Bima is a non-profit, like I said earlier, and that my wife and I co-founded to use it as a vehicle to come and help our community. Our primary focus right now is healthcare, but we hope to go beyond that down the line to do other things in whichever way we can. Whatever thing we can do to improve our community is our goal. We believe very strongly that if those of us from the community, don't come back and do for ourselves, who will do it for us? Okay? You can't expect a stranger to come into your house and do something for you. So if we want to change in our community, we have to come together to bring about that change. Maybe in the process, someone can come to help us, but we can't stay outside and keep expecting other people to do it for us. If not you, who? All right? So let us, all of us, find a way to put hands together to make our community better.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm very at this moment I'm going to be very particular about awareness in this local community, especially for those diseases that are, would I say, unwanted or critical. I'm talking about the HIV, the hepatitis B. Now, over these years, have there been any condition that, okay, you've been to Bacana, you've been to Buguma, you've been to these communities, and then you've seen high level of these diseases, spreading? Because we believe that majority of people believe that these things are found in the city. But believe me, even in the local communities, we have a lot and lots more of them. And then one issue that these people are having, they don't have adequate or sufficient awareness. So, can you talk more on that, please?
Yes. So, for instance, this year I actually wrote a letter to Professor Harry.
Harry what?
Professor Harry.
Okay.
He's Chuboye Harry.
Okay.
He's the Dean, I think, College of Medicine, Niger Delta University.
Okay.
Place. His organization that is affiliated with is going to provide us with HIV test kits so that we can screen some people.
It's going to be used in Boguma.
It's going to be used in Boguma this year to
Okay.
screen some people who have certain conditions called retinal inflammation. When we see people, because those things are usually caused by a virus called cytomegalovirus in HIV patients. Okay, so if we see patients who have retinal inflammation, all right, one of the things we'll do is to screen them for HIV. If they do have HIV, then we can refer them to Uniport where they can have free treatment. Okay.
All right.
And we can also-
I'm sorry. Let me pause here at the moment. You've done these things in Degema. You did you these all these other tests, were they available?
Yeah, and in Degema it was available, and we found
Did you-
cases and we referred them to Uniport.
How many cases did you?
I don't have the number.
Okay.
I don't have the number in my head, but we made referrals in Degema, definitely, even in Buguma. In fact, in Degema, I know there was a case, a guy has HIV. Because of that, we did not do his cataract surgery until he was the last patient we did.
Okay,
Because we
that's
wanted to make
nice.
sure that
Yes.
we minimize any sort of transmission from one patient to the other.
That's
So when
really
we're aware
brilliant.
that he has HIV, and he was very forthright about it, he said, yes, I know I have HIV, but he needed a cataract surgery. So we waited until we did everybody, and the doctors took the necessary precaution and still did the cataract surgery for him.
Okay, you were talking about the one in Boguma.
Hmm?
You were talking about the case in Boguma too. Yeah, we'd love to know.
Yeah, I mean, in Buguma, we've detected some HIV positive people that we refer to University of Port Harcourt for treatment as well.
Okay, so
Yes.
all right. So this year, is there any other, thing you'd want to let the people know? Apart from the eye, these other,
Well,
any
yeah,
other
there are other things. And one of the things we also did last year in Buguma was a screening for HPV, okay? That's human papilloma virus that tend to cause cervical cancer in women,
Okay.
okay? So there is an organization that does that. So they partnered with them. They screened some, women, and if we think you're a possible case of cancer, we don't do any definitive diagnosis. But if based on the test we did there, it's suggestive that you might have it, we refer them to University of Port Harcourt for follow-up, and possible management of their case. So I know we did that last year.
Okay, so your cataract surgeries, when exactly within these 2 weeks are they going to hold?
The second week is when the cataract surgeries will hold. That's from the 9th, which is a Monday, to the 12th, actually. That's when it will end, because the last day, Friday, usually that's when the people who were done on Tuesday will come back for a follow-up. Okay, so that last day, the Friday 13th, there will be no surgical procedure, but at least the Monday through Thursday, we'll have surgeries. And the goal is to perform about 125 cataract surgeries.
Yes, that's nice. Sorry, I want to ask, because there might be some people watching this actually. What are the things that you might want to do during these outreaches? Yeah, could you list them out so that people maybe that fall under this, just know that okay, he's coming to do this and they might want to come. First.
They might want to come.
Yeah.
Apart from these two services, because he
Like that,
said there are just two.
We have focused on the eyes. That's, meaning giving glasses. We give both corrective glasses and reading glasses and sunglasses even. Okay.
So this outreach is just for the eyes.
Yeah, this outreach is focused just on the eyes. This is not the general. All other years we've done general medical services, general and dental, but this particular year is focused just on eyes. Yes.
Okay, all right. So to wrap it up, I would love you to, give a glance or brief on your general outreach. How far has it been over the years, starting from when you started, and also your success stories over the years, And also, I would also use this medium for you to call on other Calabari people that would love to sponsor, to be part of the sponsors. You understand? So first of all, can we get a brief about your success story over the days?
The success stories, there are too many to count. For me, one of the greatest satisfaction comes when you see the happiness in people's faces when they receive the service that they've been longing to get and they couldn't get it because they didn't have the resources. They didn't have the money to do so. And actually, that started with a young man. And when we were in Port Harcourt in 2017, I don't know him. I saw him in the hallway, but he looked sort of dejected. And I asked him what's going on. He said he came for hernia surgery. But he came too late that they couldn't perform the surgery for him anymore. And I can saw the anguish in his face that he's missing this opportunity. So I spoke with him, and after that I went and spoke to some of the surgeons that came with us at that time. Could you please help this young man? I don't know him. I didn't know where he came from at the time. So they finally agreed that they would do the surgery. But they cannot do it because we're already wrapping up. But they can do it for him outside after the mission. And then I came to look for the chef and I couldn't find him. I know the name he gave me. Like the initial, I thought the name was a Calabari name. But I later found out that he's a cracker. So we ran around trying to find this guy so we can make an appointment for him to get the surgery. Until we finally located him and I did the surgery for him. Then afterwards, he sent me a note thanking us for what we did for him. His wife being happy that, like her husband is back to her husband. Yes. So that is one of the greatest satisfactions for me. Then in 2021, I know there was a young man that came to our mission. That was in Buguma. The mother actually was the person that brought him. She brought him from school that the boy was not feeling too well. I saw, again, really serious discomfort in his eyes. And he said he was having pain, abdominal pain, pointing, So I immediately got one of the physicians there to look at him. She examined him and she said she thinks, this boy has appendicitis, So we quickly rushed him to the theater and operated him. And the doctor who did said that we probably saved the boy's life by the surgery we did. If that appendix had busted, the outcome would be really totally unpredictable. So those are some of it. And then last year, there was an elderly man that came. They did cataract surgeries for him that allowed him to see again. He has not seen with his two eyes for quite some time. So he didn't even know what his daughter, who had grown up, was looking like now. So he was overjoyed to see the face of his daughter again. Okay? So these are some of the examples of the satisfaction we get knowing that we've helped people in that way to regain, in some cases, maybe we saved their life. In other cases, at least regaining something about themselves that, change their emotional, and maybe psychological well-being for the better. So these are some of the things that really keeps us going in what we do here.
Okay, all right. So
I'm so touched.
honestly.
Thank you so much for this sacrifice that you've made, that you keep making to make these things possible.
Yes, and I think you asked about how others,
Yeah, exactly.
I think I can't go without mentioning some people who've been my key key supporters. One, I consider my brother and my friend. We've known each other since from elementary school to this day. We went to secondary school together. His name is Engineer Morrison, Depre Morrison Tarrier. I want to thank him. He's been a key backer of my vision of what we want to do, and he has done his when he could in the community. And there are other people. I know Chief Diamond Tobin West has also been a big moral support for us in doing this thing. Dr. Amy Membre has contributed in the past. Of course, we've had several local government chairmen who have also helped, and we want more to help. Okay, I hope no one gets offended if all the names are not mentioned. There are a number of people, people who giving their houses free. Okay, say bring people, come and stay. Like today, this year, we are here. We're going to use Morrison, Engineer Taria's house, Shaggy. Honorable Coronama West, that are great for us to use his house to host people, because we really bring people from outside, okay? And when we come, we have to some place to sleep, all right? Our former local government chairman, Amakri, Ojukaye Amakri, we've used his house. In fact, there are times we've hosted maybe close to 20 people sleeping in his house. There are people like that, even from our Speaker of the House, Otalamba, Amakri has given us his house. Another friend, Telema Wokoma, has given us his house. Even Chief Pawarisho has given us access to his house to use for people to sleep. And was Chief Pekibo, Sobreko, the same thing. So there are a number of people who've contributed to the success of this in one way or the other. Okay? And it's not always money. There are things people can do to help us. It's not always money. It's maybe giving. One of the things we really want to do is to encourage people who have the skills to come and serve their community. The doctors, the dentists, the lab scientists, all those people to come and give, to join us, join hands with us to come and give to their community. So it's not just money. But if you want to contribute money to make it work, we'll be willing to accept that as well. But money is not the only way to help. There are many ways people can help to make this thing a bigger and better thing, so that the whole community, at least more of the community, will benefit from it.
Okay, all right.
Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity to tell us about this expedition you have ongoing.